Did you share it on there?
Out of the ditch, and then
Yes.
walking for animals.
You knew you got.
And I thought it was made by that. Oh, yes, this is what came when he finished. It.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and get started so we can get finished early because it only took me about 25 minutes to do the first one. So I am recording on Zoom, not us, but my screen. So I can send you in case you need to refer back to things. So if you want to just soak it all in, you can. If you want to use your computer, I will you will have an opportunity to make your own site today. Like I'll guide you along. But anyway, so if you don't know me, I think I know everybody in here, but I spent 10 years at the high school teaching family consumer science. So I did foods and child development and tons of other things while I was there. But for the past 2 years, I've been working as the career coach with our new career exploration classes that we have started offering in the middle grades. And so that's just sort of me. I'm going to show you how I use Google Sites when I was at the high school. And this sort of stemmed from COVID. This was a COVID baby, I guess you could say. But what I did was, let me do this. So on top of my computer screen, like I had where I docked my computer, then I had a monitor. On top of my monitor, I had Miss Lemon's substitute website, and then I had my link posted up there. So literally anybody that sat down on my computer, no matter their email, login, whatever, they could go to it and pull up my stuff. And so when they would do it, it would come and it would look like this. And so they would come in there and they could see all of my things. And so one of the things that we were required to do was we had our red emergency folder with all of our procedures and everything. But Miss Disney, she was our first line sub at the time. And she's like, you know what? I really wish that she made this checklist. I wish that all teachers would have XYZ, so it was sort of like uniform when a sub would come in. And I was like, okay, I mean, that's fine, understandable. Mm-hmm. So what I did, instead of having all those things in this folder and that folder and this, and like me having to call one of my teachers, like, Paige, I'm not going to be here tonight. Can you go in my room and look on this shelf behind this blue book and blah, blah, blah. And then if it's not there, then it may be over here. But if it's not there, so instead of that, I constructed this website. So when anyone would log in, I had some generic, like, thank you for subbing for me, blah, blah, blah. I had some basic class rules. I had put my current students on there so they could see that. And then I had my schedule on there, things like that. Then over to the side for my toolbar, I had different things. So, how to use technology in my classroom. So we all have different things. Like some people now have a Promethean board. Some people still use a projector. Some people have, whatever. So I would have instructions like these are links. So like how to turn on my Promethean board. I could click on that and it would take them to those instructions. Then I had my class rules. So like this, was on my syllabus and things like that. And so I could tell them, here's what to do if you had a student. Here was a copy of my write-off if they needed that for whatever reason. Hopefully not. I took some of this out of our emergency folder. So like I put where my class was here and then what to do in a fire drill, tornado drill, lockdown, all that stuff. And then also if they needed some help. So people around me and then like their names, room, and then anybody else sort of in the building if they needed that. So just sort of a good little guide resource for that sub to use. So the main thing that they would be using would be this tab is the lesson plan. So it says here, and you can do this a couple different ways. Typically when I was out, it would either be one day or I would be out like multiple days because we'd be going on trips through like FCCLA. So like if we were out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I could say, here's Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. But if you are like, like self-contained classroom or something like that, you may just say, here's today's lesson plan and just have one link there. Like you may not have to go in every time and say, here's today's, here's the next one's, here's the whatever. So you can list it as multiple days if you want. You can change the date if you want, or you can just have one link on there. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in just a second. So one thing that I did and one thing I like to do, I wanted them to give me a report after to see if, my kids were good that day. So after they finished their day, they could fill out. So I just said this was me. See, I'll put Smith. Okay. And so I was the sub. So let's just say their behavior was good. I said Mary was terrible and maybe super, super loud, things like that. And then we would go to the next. So like second block, third block. And then when they got to the end, they would hit submit and then it would send it to me saying like, I had good people, bad people, whatever. So if I was a sub, I could click on this link here and it's going to take me to a Google Doc. So you could do a Word document if you wanted. You could do a PDF if you wanted, anything like that. I just chose a Google Doc just because it updates in real time and we're such a Google school. It's just easier that was the easiest for me to access. So this was my thing. They could print it off. You could even have like, hey, here's my lesson plan. I need you to print this worksheet, and then have it linked on there if you wanted. You could upload all those things, whatever you wanted to do. You could even have the link in here as well. Now, how I was saying, you could do it by date, or if you just wanted to say lesson plan, like you could just put lesson plan, and each time you're absent, all you would have to do was just come find this one Google Doc. So like, let's just say, I'm going to make a copy of this. So Lemons sub. Let me change it over here. So what I could do is, okay, here's my plan for Wednesday, or I have a kid that was sick. Oh, they're going to be better tomorrow. They weren't better tomorrow. So what I need to do, instead of going into my website and changing all this and that, I'm going to come to my Google Doc that I had changed, and I'm going to delete all the stuff that we did today. And I'm going to say, today we are going outside. Woo. I don't know. I've updated it. Okay. Oh no, don't play music. So that's all I've done. I've just updated this. That's all I've done. I'm going to come back to I'm going to X out so you can see. I'm going to come back to my website. Oh, Miss Lemons is absent again. I'll come back to her website. I'm going to click on this and it's been updated. So like you're only having to change one thing. You know what I mean? So like if you're throwing up at 2:00 in the morning, you change this one document, it's already there. So you're not having to go in. Now I'm going to tell you that getting your website set up is going to be, I'm going to say, as intensive as you want it to be. So it can be simple, or you can be like me and be crazy about stuff. And like, I had to find a specific picture for a picture of fire. Like, I had to find the right one. But I will share with you, I have a sample, like a template one, and all you can do is go in and change. Like, you'll just have to put your information in. So I will share that with you today. So if you guys want, we can do one together. If you have your Chrome or your laptop out, I will show you, we can do one together. So I'm gonna X out of this. And so what you'll want to do is to do this, it should be in your little Rubik's Cube box. I don't know what the dots up there. But you're going to you'll scroll down through here until you find Google Sites. It kind of looks like Forms, but you'll go to Google Sites. And then it will give you some templates if you want to, but you can do a blank one if you wanted to do a blank one. Like there's Pages right there. I have a copy of hers. So we're just going to do a brand new one. Okay. So when you come in, it's very similar of what I would say almost to like a Google slide. So if you're used to Google slides, it's kind of the same. So first thing I would want to do is change my colors, because that's just me. So I'm going to go over to themes, and you can add themes, or you can pick one that they have done here. So I'm going to click on this one. Oh, look, it has a cute little picture. Okay. So once I pick my theme, I'm going to come up here and name my site. So you could call it, and again, y'all were talking about using it just for 8th grade. I know like 4th grade was talking about something crazy about like RTI, and like they're having a plan for another teacher and like all this stuff. So they were using it for like some kind of 4th grade website. So don't think just subplan. Like if you wanted to use for anything, I'm just telling you what I use it for. But like whatever content you want people to access, you can put it on there. Okay. So I'm just gonna say Jessica Lemons, and I'm gonna put sample. That's what my name's gonna be. Okay. And I'll see. This is what people will see when they first log in.
For our CCR,
Yes.
because our math department at Grove we're kind of changing up what we originally planned. And so we all were able to pull from the same one. So I've been trying to get one set up.
I just told her it would be great for CCR and advisory.
Yeah.
Especially for the ones that, yeah. Because even with the links that we have out there, but if you had a website that
they could just go to, right. Okay, so there are going to be, if you don't go away with anything today, these are the 2 things I need you to remember. Well, really just one. The things you want people to access, your website, and any Google attachments, Google Doc, Google Slide, Google whatever. You want to change the settings to public view. So the default for us, since we're a school system, is anyone with a Henry K-12 email or anyone with a Henry K-12 site. Well, that's fine and dandy until you get a sub who logs in maybe with something like to their own Google or whatever. And then I couldn't figure out why nobody could see it. Like I kept trying, I was like, okay, y'all kids, go on phone, and I need you to go to this website, and like be like, page not found. And I'm like, you can see it on my computer. Why can't they see it? It's because it wasn't public. So it's very easy. You just have to remember that in your brain.
the kids with their Henry K-12 couldn't get to
Well, they could, but I was like, I just need to make sure that anybody could get to it. Yes.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure everybody could see it. So when you get ready, and it won't let you do it, it's kind of like it's like the save function on here. So when you get it all ready, we're going to pretend mine's already. It's not already. But if you go already, you're going to go up here to publish because you want to publish your site. So I'm going to name my website. Now you can see this is my website right here. Okay. So sites at Google, blah, blah, blah. And then whatever you want to call it at the end. So that's too long. So I'm just going to call it JL. Oh, that's too short. Okay. Well, let's say J Lemons 2. Okay. Because I did one earlier. All right. So that's what everybody would visit. That would be my site. I could go to Google, type that in, it would pop up. This is where you go. Who can view my site? You want to change this to everybody. Okay. So we're going to hit manage, and it's just your published site, and we're going to change it to public. Once you do this one time, you're good. You don't ever have to do this again. But when you're setting it up, just remember to hit this button. Now, I'm going to give you my phone number at the end of this. And so when you call me, you're like, Jessica, I can't figure this out. I'm like, did you make it public? So I will come help you troubleshoot if you need me to. But we're going to hit done, and we're going to hit publish. And so now, like, this is your little preview button, so you can see what it looks like. So, oh, welcome. Here it is. Ta-da. Okay, super cute. Okay. That's all you have to do. Now, once you want to start, if you want to put information on your front page, maybe you want to put a picture. I don't know. Let's see. What do we got? I'm going to put this boat. I don't know what it is. So there's my boat. You can make it big, small, and you can see those grid lines on there. If you can see those, that'll show you kind of where it is on the page. So you can do that. You can also, they've kind of have a template over here on the side. So like if you're like, well, I don't know how big I want it to be, you can do that. It's already in there. You can do like a text box. You can move these around if you want to move them around. Like maybe I want the text box up here. Okay, so like you can do that. You can change any of this, whatever you want to do. So and there's a whole lot of stuff down here. So like if you wanted a YouTube video, let's see. I think I have some old stuff on here. Let's see. We'll do this one. So maybe you want to put a YouTube video on there. I don't know. There's that. I want them to watch. So on my site, I had, let me go back to where it was. I should have kept it pulled up. Those little tabs where it was like lesson plan. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Not that. Lesson plan and all that stuff. The tabs out to the side. These right here. So these things, these are called pages. So it will take you to your different pages. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to do a page. So we're going to call it lesson plan or whatever you're wanting to do. So like CCR, how do y'all have that? Like, is it English, math? Is it that way divided or is it? Okay. So like you might could do 11th grade English or something like that. So now if you can see up there where it's putting that, you see how it's across the top. If you don't like that where it is at the top, you can go to your settings and move it. So you can either be at the top where they can look, the top toolbar, or you can move it to where it comes over to the side. Either way. You can also change the background part to either where it blends in and it's just like the text over a picture, or it can be white or, whatever. And then it has other stuff here as well. So when you hit preview, see it's over here to the side instead of up at the top now. So I can go back and change it. So if I wanted to put it back at the top, I could do that. And so now it's at the top. So they could click either way, whichever you think your students or however you want to set it up, whatever you want to do. But once you get those in there, let's just say we're doing our lesson plan. Here's our lesson plan. You can also change the picture if you wanted to do that. Let's see. Maybe see if I can find a good one. We'll do this one. Future teacher. There we go. So I've changed my thing. All right. So when I'm wanting to put in my lesson plan, I'm going to come back over here because I want to insert something. And I'm going to put a text box and I would say maybe click here for lesson plan, or like if for CCR, click here for what link? Like, or is it like links to like
one, algebra 1.
Okay, so like click here for week 1. Oop. So maybe that. Okay. This is the other second thing that you have to remember. So it's the same thing with being public. Whatever, if it is a Google Doc, if it is a Google Doc slide, whatever, you also have to make that public view. So that's it. So when I go to my Google Drive here, like I've already had my sub plans in there. Let's see. Let's go this one right here. So once I had created that, I just need to make sure that under share, see this one's restricted. So like only people that had this link would be able to see it. So I need to say anyone with link and they can view. And so I should hit. So I'm going to copy my link. I'm done. And then go back and you can do it 2 ways if you want to. You can do it like this and insert the link. So I just highlighted the text where it said click here. You can do it like that. Put your link in there. Or if you're like, click here for lesson plan, you can do it either way. Whatever way, however you want to do it. Doesn't matter. It's going to get you the same thing. I'm trying to think. And again, if you are doing this, if you're doing it as a sub plan and you're just wanting to change that one document again over and over. So let's just say, for instance, because this sub plan that I just did is right here, right? Okay, I'm absent the next day. I'm like, well, crap, I don't want to have to change this Google Doc again. All I'm going to do is go in here and I'm going to hit file and make a copy. And so that's my copy. That's saved. I don't have to worry about it. And then now I can say fourth block, like Thursday, September 22nd. And then like, let's just say we did the same thing. Like I can go in here and say continue, blah, blah, blah. You know, you could, here's all my new stuff. Okay, there's my new. So I'm going to X out of those so that you can see. And I'll show you my website. So, oh, Miss Lemons was absent again. I can click here. And that's the same one that I uploaded. So you're not having to change everything all the time. Like, I will tell you, it's a lot of, once you get it established, it's great. It's easy. You just have to get it set up. So if you can spend, I would say maybe just an hour, like you could have a very well established site. Like if you put an hour into it, you would have a well established site. So trying to think what else.
Remember, like, if you do a link to a doc, you do go in and change the location of that doc. In other words, move it into a different folder or something like that. It's not going to update your link in there.
Okay.
Yeah. So that can
mess you up too. Okay.
You share with all, like if I moved it to a folder that pop out and say share with all.
Oh, the same people or whatever. Yeah.
Like I wonder, what I'm saying is then that would give them access to my phone, my other phone.
Yeah, but I'm saying the link that they click on, it's still gonna be that original.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, that's sort of all I have.
So like, if you were absent one day, you leave your computer there.
Usually I did, but it wouldn't matter whose computer it was. Anybody can dock in and like, I took a piece of paper and printed it off and like, I didn't even laminate it. I did old school and just put a bunch of pieces of paper over the top of it and taped it like so that it was laminated and just taped it to my monitor. So that way.
So when they got to your monitor.
Like I didn't even have to leave it.
Website.
Yeah, I didn't have to leave anything on my desk because it was already all the stuff like Miss Disney had asked for, like that she wanted us to have, plus my emergency folder was like on that side. So,
Did they have to go printing stuff? That's what I would they go for print worksheets?
I don't know if you could.
You know, one of the,
They made me like email it to the office, like if they were having trouble, like, hey, this is, like, hey, here's can I, and this, I'm gonna email it to you, just left it. And then they make my code to print it for that reason, but.
one of the things that, another thing I like about this is we have that website set up and it's got a link to that document, whatever it is, whether it's a presentation or a actual thing, a Google form. If we catch an error in it, we update it.
It's already updated
You know
on
what I mean?
there,
And instead
yeah.
of everybody having to remember, which sometimes we can share the link for something, but I'm just saying it would be, I think it could work a little better.
Yeah, I think this would be a lot better for advisory than what we have right now.
Yeah, that too. Advisory and some-
So you guys can, this is like my personal cell phone number, so if you want to call or text me. Mary and I are traveling gypsies, we go everywhere all day long, so I can swing by and come help you. I'm more than happy to do it before school, after school. Our planning is sort of in the middle of the day, so I can swing by for a little bit, if you need help. I can also, what I'll also do is I'll take who signed in, the sheet, and I have like template. So when I did this, I was showing Paige and I was like, hey, Paige, I showed you this. And so then I sent her a template of one. And so you just had to make a copy, right? So she just made a copy of it. And then she was able to go in and edit, and it didn't change it on my side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you guys this one, and you can go in and change. Like, I don't know, but I think I'm going to send it to you. I did it to the first group. I haven't heard anything back yet, but I will send you the link to that as like a editor person. So that way you have it and you can just go in and change your stuff. But just go in, make a copy, and then it's yours and you can do.
If you make them an editor, then.
Yeah, I did it. See, it was like this. Hang on, let me see. Yeah, this was what it is. So anyone with the link, hang on, the internet can edit. I don't know. It was,
If they can all edit with, like they'll all edit the same thing if they don't make their own copy.
yeah. See, I didn't know what is this? I didn't know what this meant. I did leave them a little email. I was like, hey, when you do this, make sure you hit copy. So,
Yeah, I would make it view, and then they could just make a copy of it if I were you.
so you think, like, will they still be able, will it have the edit?
Somebody's gonna screw it up.
Okay.
If you got a
Let's
public-
So what do I do with, hang on. No. So I just changed them to this, publish viewer. See, that's what I thought. I don't know.
Of course, it's not viewable by general people if you publish it. I
Right.
expect that's, if you haven't hit the publish button yet, that they would be able to see it.
That they would be able to. Okay.
Send it to somebody in here, so they'll let them know. Yeah, they would say.
Does somebody have, hey, Kim, can I send it to you? Okay, I'm gonna do you as this. Okay. I sent, it should be in your email.
Another thing that's real handy, that if you wanna know, like right now, if that's not what they're gonna see, you can click on that.
Yeah, the preview. So I know I had to do this
A lot of
several
people that
times.
That don't deal with this a lot, that's handy. to
Yeah,
do.
so that you
Oh,
can-
that's-
Yeah, and you can look at it like, what is it gonna look like on their phone? What's it gonna look like on their phone?
Yeah.
And then and then what's it gonna look like on a tablet? So. I was going back and forth. I didn't even think about saying that. Thank you. Oh.
I thought about just having this